Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a 2024 Genesis GV70. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Murdoch Genesis here in Linden, Utah for giving me some time with this GV70. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you're going to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being 300 horsepower and then 311 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Starting with the hood, you guys can see the Genesis logo there in the center. This one has this really cool matte green paint, which I think just perfectly shows off the body lines. And then we've got the GV70's cool split light design. And then you guys can see here with the trim, and notice how that continues along the bottom portion. And then the grill's actually a slightly different color in terms of the trim, and it's absolutely massive. Putting it all together, this definitely has that sleek luxury SUV appearance. Now, coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255/40/21 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, pretty cool design there on each of the spokes. Now, I've got these body painted fender flares, and notice that that continues along the side with the bodywork. And then we do have some blacked out trim right there at the bottom. And then notice elements like the mirror caps and the door handles are body painted. Now, here's your full side view on the GV70. This is where you can, again, really see all the body lines because of the matte paint. Now, here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function. We've got the self-park feature, remote start. We've got the opening here for the hatch, and that's to turn on the lights. So quite a few features, and then the Genesis logo. Now, in the back, you'll find quite a bit of storage space. That's one of the big benefits of the GV70. This is actually a lot bigger than it looks on the outside. And then we've got the Genesis floor mats, which are actually kind of cool. And when you're all done, just press this button right here, and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now, here's a quick look at the taillights. Again, split light design just like in the front, and then you guys can see the badges here in the back. And I've always been a fan of how the exhaust tips look. And putting it all together, let me know your thoughts on the looks here on the GV70. Now, popping into the rear, we have a sunshade here for the rear passengers, and then a soft touch here at the top with stitching that goes through it, and then I love the metallic trim down below. And then more stitching here, and then look at the door handle, that's pretty cool. Some speaker action for the sound system, and then this trim here is really cool. And then you got your window controls and everything. Look how nice the finish is. And then here are the seats, so you guys can see here with the trim on the outside, and then you've got like mesh here in the center. Now, legroom back here is actually pretty decent, even though the seat's pushed all the way back pretty much. Got a little storage net there, some vent action. Got your own climate zone here in the rear. You can adjust this seat from the back, which is kind of funny. And then headroom back here is actually really good. Now, taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see soft touch with a bunch of stitching just like the back, and then same trim here. All of our window controls. We got our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. You got memory seats as well, and then we do have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat, and again, you guys can see with the inserts. And then this is actually not inserts, so it's kind of interesting how they've designed that. Not sure how to feel about that yet, but it actually looks kind of cool. Get your adjustments on the side. We do have massaging seats with this. And then really nice looking pedals down below. And then you got stuff like your hill descent control, stability control, adjustment for the steering wheel. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around. You do have some perforations on either side, so you can get a slightly better grip. Paddle shifters here on the back for that 8-speed automatic. Nice stitching here around the airbag cover. And then we got stuff like our adaptive cruise control, our steering assist. We got our voice command phone controls as well. And then you can see the stalks here on the back. They have a nice finish. Now, we've got the cool 3D gauge cluster. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it does look pretty cool in person. We have some different menus we can scroll through, but of course, the most exciting part is the drive mode select. It does a cool little sweep when you do that. So, I don't know. I think that's kind of fun. Now, in reverse, we do have a camera system. You guys can see backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. You got that bird's eye view as well. And then this one has the cool 360 exterior shot. So, yeah, really good camera system, good resolution as well. And then as for the rest of the infotainment screen, you can see that it's really big. Now, I can control it with a dial if I want. It does also double as a touchscreen as well. And you notice that we have a seat tab here. Didn't click on it by accident. Let's try that again. So we've got a seat tab here, and you guys can see all the different adjustments and controls and everything with the seats, which I think is cool. But yeah, really easy to use. You got stitching and everything all across the dash here, and then I love the trim. So this goes around the gauge cluster. You can see the metallic trim, and it continues along with the vents as well. And then it's all soft touch here with stitching on the dash. And I guess while we're in this area, there's a glove box. Now this is really cool. We've got our dual zone climate controls, and we've got heated and ventilated seats. This is the first time I've seen a vehicle with like cloth mesh seats that are actually ventilated. Maybe that's why there's that little insert in between the cloth mesh to allow for ventilation to come through. We've got our drive mode select here. You can see parking sensors for the camera, and then your analog controls to the radio and infotainment system. And we have our dial shifter there for the 8-speed automatic. And then this is the little charging area that you can click open, which is kind of fun. And then got some cup holder action here, and then center console, pretty good storage. And then you got more of that same trim that's on the door panel here on the side. Now up top, you've got the controls here for the full panoramic sunroof. So sorry about the glare here, it's gonna be hard to see the window sticker, but if you're wondering, this is Brunswick Green Matte, which is a $1,500 option. Again, looks really cool. This one has a few packages: the Select package, Advanced, and the Sport Prestige package. Total MSRP on this is $59,655. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility here before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors. Just do a blind spot monitoring and through the rest to the rear. And let us set off here in this GV70 with the 2.5T. I will be doing a review on a 3.5T and the fully electric one as well, the GV70 electrified. But we'll start off with this version, which I think is so cool that cooled seats. And again, with, I don't know, I haven't seen that before, so I think that's kind of cool that they were able to make that work, figure that out. Maybe we'll start to see this in more cars moving forward. But good torque right off the bat, let me tell you. Wow, that was actually impressive. And it does have the turn signal camera. That's another cool feature. I always forget to mention that in the walk around, because like I don't use the turn signal when I'm stationary in a parking lot. Also, I'm pretty sure my tripod, there we go. I was like, I'm pretty sure my tripod's gonna fall. I was just waiting for it. But it handles pretty well. And the engine seems like it's got pretty good torque. It'd be interesting to see the electrified version right after this, because I'm driving them back to back. But the steering's pretty good as well. I like how this drives. I think it drives well. Yeah, it's comfortable. It does good as a luxury car. Wrong way. There we go. Got it in the Sport Plus. Oh wow, that's aggressive. That is aggressive. It's like I'm ready to go. And kind of get on a little bit here. Yeah, it feels pretty quick. Feels pretty dang quick. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll pop it back into comfort. So cool. The gauge cluster looks like lightsabers, especially in sport mode. So to sum things up here with the GV70, the regular one, it's got good power. I think it looks good. Really good equipment, and you know, it's very reasonably priced for everything that this provides. Again, having heated, cooled, massaging seats, good performance, good looks. I mean, it's got a lot. And I mean, a lot of the cars in this segment now, it seems like they're like, for this kind of equipment, 70,000 plus. So let me know your thoughts here on the GV70, but I think this is a really good value in the luxury car world.